kind of want to talk about like what has happened this year, like the process of this and blah, blah, blah. So basically from March until now, there has been like, I can't even count how many weekend trips. Like I visited my sister a bunch of times. She came to visit me. We had like boat weekends, just celebrating life, fun, food, alcohol. Lots and lots of those weekends happened. Okay. So I'm not going to like sugarcoat that and lie, which is probably why, I mean, 18 pounds, if someone was seriously consistent for an entire year, they would have lost more than 18 pounds, obviously. So I just want to tell you how I did it and how I was comfortable doing it. Now, if you're not comfortable with it going so slow, then you're going to have to sacrifice some things. You're going to have to get rid of some things, and you're going to have to understand that it's going to be harder. You know what I mean? But that's just your decision. And it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I prefer to do it this way. So anyways, yeah, vacations, like weekends away, there was lots of those happenings. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like just strict and very clean and all this stuff. No, like, so, we're not gonna front on that. But some things that were very consistent, I was very consistent with, was 10K steps almost every single day for the last year. I mean, probably, I wish I probably can tell on my app, but pretty much every single day I had 10K steps or more. So I went through phases of a calorie deficit and phases of maintenance. Okay. I was never in a surplus, but I went through phases where I was eating fewer calories. And then I went through phases where I was just back to maintenance, just because, like I said, I would have like trips and weekends and whatever things that I wanted to do, life experiences, holidays. So I would go through phases of like, okay, for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be in maintenance and I'm going to enjoy this. And it was also like a mental break too. And then I would go through, okay, for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be in a calorie deficit. So I'm going to cut my calories by, and I never did it in an aggressive fashion. I literally cut my calories by maybe like 300 calories. Like I wasn't cutting them by like 500 or 700 calories, you know? So it was a very moderate calorie deficit when I was in one. But yeah, it still works. So you just have to accept how fast you want to do this, you know, and how much you want to give up while you're doing it. Okay. So 7 hours of sleep pretty much every single night. That is a lie, because from March to July, I remember the day we sleep trained K3, July 6th. But from March to July, I was waking up at least 2 times a night with him. He would go down at 7, then wake up at 11, then wake up at 3, then wake up at 6 for the day. Like clockwork every single night from March to July 6th. And then finally July 6th, we just sleep trained him. We let him cry it out. And I wish we would have done it sooner, but whatever. So then from July 6th, I started getting 7 hours of sleep every single night. And that changed the game for me. I'm telling you, like my body was able to recover, and I felt this happening inside. Like I felt my body changing so fast from the second I started getting 7 hours of sleep every night. It's insane. So anyways, and then I worked out 3 to 4 times a week, every single week. I pretty much didn't miss that. There no, that's probably a lie. There had to be a couple of weeks where I probably only got like 2 workouts in. But I don't know, because I always, like for example, this weekend, I know I'm going out of town on Thursday afternoon. I have 4 workouts to do this week. So normally I would do like Monday, Tuesday, skip Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But because of like, you know, just being out of town, you know, the chances that I might not be able to make it to the gym, I'm going to work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I normally manipulate my workouts to still fit in the week, even if I'm out. But there was probably a few weeks, like I know when we went to Mexico, I think I only worked out like once and we were gone for a week. So there, you know, it wasn't every single week, but it was most every single week. I maybe missed a couple of weeks. So that was very, very consistent. 3 to 4, 45 to 60-minute workouts a week. And I walk every day. So I go for a 20-minute walk every single day, even on the weekends, every day. I think that kind of ties into the step 1 though. And then another one that was huge is I started tracking my protein again. So like really being conscious of how much protein I'm eating and not just kind of eating my normal meals. I mean, they were my normal meals, but I was more actively tracking that protein number. Like I was like, okay, this has 30. So now this has 20. So now I'm up to 50. So now I need you know what I mean? Like I was very consistent with it, even on the weekends. And on the weekends, I used to struggle, which is my next one, about getting my protein, because I was choosing other foods. Okay, so 100 plus grams of protein every single day, Monday through Sunday, every single day. Again, there was probably some weeks that I didn't do it every single day, but for the most part, it was every single day. And then the number 1 thing that I honestly think just kind of like propelled my progress is cleaning up my weekends, because from March to, again, July, about the time that K3 started sleeping, I had so much more energy, you know, so I was able to like do so much more because I had 7 hours of sleep a night, and it's amazing what that can do for you. I felt like a completely different person. So I was able to structure my workouts. I was able to plan my workouts more efficiently, and it was just so much better. But anyways, not the point. Yeah, so from about March to, yeah, like I would say July, I think I was just kind of like eating the best that I could. I didn't really care what I was doing on the weekends. If I wanted to go out to eat, I would go out to eat. If I wanted to have a cocktail or five, I would. If I want, you know what I mean? Like that was kind of the situation I was in. And then from July to about now, I've been way, way more consistent on the weekends and just like still enjoying what I want, but not being an asshole about it. You know what I mean? Like whenever I go out to eat, if I want one cocktail, I have one cocktail, or I'll have a glass of wine. Like I'm just doing better at making those choices, because 5 drinks is not worth that to me. It's not worth feeling like crap the next day. It's not worth like just everything, you know, putting all those calories in my body. It's just not worth the feeling, really, of the aftermath is what it is for me. Like after I drink like that, I feel like crap the next day. My next day is way less productive because I just feel like crap, and I can feel it in my body. So yeah, I've just really cleaned up my weekends. No fried foods, or I don't want to say no, because I have had French fries and stuff, but like I probably like a couple weeks out of the last June to April, July. Out of the last like 8 months, I've probably had fried food maybe like a couple times within a couple of weeks. Like it's not on the regular menu anymore. And it used to be like, I used to go out to the restaurant and just order like the greasiest, most fattening thing. And now I'm just kind of like, I've just learned to like, why am I doing that? And I was doing that, I think, because I was so deprived during the week. Like I was trying to be so perfect during the week that the weekends came around. I was like, oh, this is my chance to do it. So cleaning up my weekends also, I think, allowed for more leeway during the week, which allowed me to like add a couple of extra like funner foods that I want, that have like no nutritional value, but that like are fun for me and I enjoy eating. It allowed me to do that, which then kind of as a counter balanced my weekend out on its own, because I wasn't so deprived come the weekend, because I'll have like a piece of chocolate every night before bed, or I'll have like a cup of kettle corn with like the chocolate on it. And like, you know what I mean? Like those small things really help me not have to go all in and feel so deprived on the weekend. So I just cleaned up my weekend within the last